Well, here at last, dear friends, on the shores of the sea comes the end of our fellowship in Gandalf week. Go in peace. I will not say, do not weep, for not all tears are evil. And it's the last day of Gandalf week, here on My Sketchy Habit. Hello, my name's Patrick, I'm an artist, and this is My Sketchy Habit, where we draw every day and don't have to be ashamed. That's right, we draw Monday to Friday here on the channel, and I love sharing my art with you, and I love seeing your art as well. That's why we have an art gallery. Here we go, we're in the art gallery, where we have a daily prompt. Yesterday, our prompt was something that I can't remember. It'll show up on the screen now. And of course, you can see my art here on the screen. I want to see your art though, whether it's daily art challenges, art prompts, or something you made yourself. Join the Discord, share your art, become a member of the community. We would love to see what you're working on because we're an art positive place. Speaking of which, today is the last day of Gandalf week. Say it isn't so. But yes, it is. We're working on our last Gandalf style swap, and it might be my favorite. It is Calvin and Hobbes Gandalf. It should be a lot of fun. Let's check out the art. Gandalf in the Calvin and Hobbes style is a really fun and interesting challenge, so I put my original Gandalf there for reference and started down the deep dive into what does Calvin and Hobbes look like. So I struggled a lot with this one at the outset because I wasn't quite sure what to do because there aren't a lot of adults in the world. So I took the dad from Calvin Hobbes as inspiration, and there's a bunch of times where he's holding a rake, and I thought, oh, that'd be kind of fun to use that kind of pose for our Gandalf. And so you can see me here trying to sort of lay out a sort of side-turned Gandalf with a staff that's being held, something like this. And it's a bit of a mess, a bit of chaos, but hey, art is chaos sometimes, and that's perfectly fine. I do really like the way this nose and these eyes sort of look in the Calvin Hobbes styles. I think they evoke something of it in a way that's really fun. Some of our scales are still a bit off, but we'll sort that out as we go. This is just a sketch. We can do whatever we want. I used to read Calvin and Hobbes like every single day. I would read it in my newspaper of all things. I know, newspapers, who knew? I was sad when Bill Watterson retired and it was over, but you know, at the same time, we've seen enough things go on for too long and not continue to be great. So maybe they made the right choice. Ever the golden era of Calvin and Hobbes, never the down era. There's something about the imagination of Bill Watterson and the character of Calvin and Hobbes that I just really loved. And so to have a chance to draw in that style, really cool, really fun, and really happy with how, you know, this sketch turned out. One of the things about art is that sometimes you struggle, sometimes you have a great time. But if you focus only on quality, you miss out on the real fun. And you should know by now that means it's game time, and this week our game has been Guess the Image, and I would love for you to guess what I'm drawing here. I gave myself a minute, and so you have a minute to guess. Good luck, let's draw. And we are back with our line art here. You know, Calvin Hobbes line art is a bit messy, a bit sketchy in nature. So, you know, I tried to be a bit loose with my style here, trying to convey the Watterson motif. Not all the lines end up being exactly the way I think Watterson would. Also, I refined these arms to be much more in their style. This sort of square with a really bent wrist is so Calvin and Hobbes style, and it's really cool to think about and reflect on that, and put it into the bank for future use. You know, when I'm trying to draw hands, maybe this is this kind of style we can adapt into, you know, my original work. We'll see. Who knows? For now, I think we got our liner on here, and it's time for our dad joke, bad joke. It's time for the dad joke, bad joke, courtesy of my dad, who sends me a joke every day in WhatsApp, and I collect them all up to give back to you to make me seem funnier, even though it's really him. Today we have our last of our wizard jokes that I've collected, and this one goes as follows. How many magicians does it take to do magic? Just one will do the trick. How many magicians does it take to do magic? Just one will do the trick. One will do the trick. The dad joke, bad joke. And the final step of the process, of course, is to get some color here on our Gandalf. And we've said it every day, it remains true that Gandalf doesn't have a lot of colors. Maybe we should draw Rainbow Gandalf someday, just, you know, to really bring something out of this character. But yeah, we're putting them in here. I think I desaturated them a little bit, trying to get sort of solid colors that are a little desaturated in the Calvin Hobbes style. And that's going to be our Gandalf, friends. And that is the last of our Gandalfs. I think he looks great. Calvin Hobbes style was an interesting challenge. I've never done it before, and so, you know, I learned a lot through the process. I hope you enjoyed watching it as well. Let's add him to our final image where we can see all of our glorious Gandalfs ready to stand up against the Balrog. They are looking good. With that, I want to remind you that we have an art gallery, and it looks something like this, and we do an art prompt every single day, and I want to share your art here on the channel, so join the Discord down below. Let me know what you're working on. I would love to see it. We would love to share it. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. We have one last prompt for this week, and it's a good one. It is cat-shaped cloud. I don't know what that means. Cat-shaped cloud. Does it mean drawing clouds? Does it mean that guy from the video game? Who knows? Cat-shaped cloud. It should be good. With that, that is it for this day and the end of Gandalf week, which means a new week is coming. What could it be? Where will it go? Well, I can tell you, actually. Next week's going to be Marvel week. We're going to do speed draws of Marvel characters, half an hour to draw them, 5 minutes to draw them, and 1 minute to draw them. It should be super fun and maybe a little embarrassing for me, but who cares? Because we love having art here on My Sketchy Habit. But really, it's more than just My Sketchy Habit. It's our Sketchy Habit. That's right. And don't forget the main rule of our Sketchy Habit. Don't tell anyone about our Sketchy Habit. That's going to be it. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much for joining me this first week. I really appreciate all the people who tuned in. Please subscribe, like, share this with people who you think would love to draw every day, or just enjoy some art positivity. It's been a lot of fun working on this new style, new format. I'd love to hear your feedback. Help me to, you know, refine the work that I'm doing. But yeah, that's it. So until next time, keep being awesome. Bye.